Hi and good morning to everyone. The issue at hand today is the stress that many teenagers faces. And firstly, I believe that conflicts between parents are the cause a huge impact. This is because I think that constant arguments, divorce, or lack of communication can cause teenagers feel anxious, emotionally unstable, or tense up in their own home. Secondly, are the pressure from the parents. They get overwhelmed. For example, their academic score or grade that is low, which um, can cause them um, lead into stress because they didn't meet the expectation and they didn't make their parents meet their expectation. Additionally, the lack of parenting support can also cause stressful to them because, for example, uh, the parents are too busy with work, leaving that leaving them alone, feeling lonely and neglect. Without open communication, I think that teenagers may find it difficult to share their worries and seek advice. So, in conclusion, I think that family problem can greatly affect teenagers emotionally and mental health. So, that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, good morning everyone. Teenagers today face immense stress from various aspects of life, but one of the major causes is school-related problem. Academic pressure, high expectation, and work contribution significantly lead to their stress level. Firstly, academic pressure is a huge burden. Many students feel the need to excel their studies to secure a bright future. Parent, teacher, and even society expect them to achieve high grades, which can be overwhelming for them. Secondly, the workload and tight deadlines can be stressful. Teenagers often have to juggle multiple assignments, projects, and exams. This pressure to complete everything on time leaves them exhausted, reducing their ability to enjoy personal time and relaxation. Moreover, competition among students is intense. In student world, many students emphasize ranking and comparison, making students feel more anxious about their performance, their failure, and often compare themselves to others, which can lower their self-esteem and confidence. Lastly, extracurricular activity and peer pressure add to the stress. Many students are involved in sport clubs, and leadership role, which try to balance their academic. Some may also feel pressure to fit with their peers and which lead to anxiety. In conclusion, school-related problems are major cause of stress for teenagers. To reduce this stress, school, parent, and student must work together to create a supportive and balanced learning environment. Thank you.
Today I will talk about boy-girl relationships can uh,
Next.
today I will talk about boy-girl relationships can be a major cause of stress for teenagers. While relationships can be exciting, they also can also bring many challenges. First, relationships can cause emotional stress. Teenager may face misunderstanding, arguments, or breakups, which can make them feel sad or anxious. Many struggle to handle these emotions, affecting their happiness and mental well-being. Second, peer pressure adds to the stress. Many teenagers feel the need to be in relationships because of their friends or social media. They may compare themselves to others and feel insecure if their relationship is not perfect. Third, relationships can affect studies. Some teenagers spend too much time texting or meeting their partner, leading to poor concentration and lower grades. This can also cause problems with parents and teachers. Lastly, jealousy and trust issues create stress. Teenagers may feel insecure or afraid of losing their partner. This can lead to arguments and emotional pain. In conclusion, boy-girl relationships can be stressful due to emotional struggles, peer pressure, academic distractions, and trust issues. It is important for teenagers to balance their emotions, studies, and relationships to avoid stress. Thank you.
Greeting to the examiners and my fellow candidates. Today, I will talk about why financial problems cause stress for teenagers. First, money problem can make studying harder. Some students cannot afford school supplies, tuition, or extra classes. For example, a student who needs extra tutoring for math might not be able to afford it. This can make them feel stressed and worried about failing their exam. Second, teenagers might not have enough money to hang out with friends or buy things they like. For instance, if a group of friends plans to watch a movie and eat out, but one teenager does not have enough money, they may feel left out and sad. Lastly, financial problems can cause family arguments. When parents are stressed about money, they might argue more often. For example, if teenagers ask for new shoes for school, but their parents cannot afford them, it might lead to tension at home. This can make the teenager feel guilty or unhappy. In conclusion, financial problems affect school, friendships, and family life. This is why they are a big cause of teenager stress. Thank you.
Okay, so alright everyone, we are here to discuss ways to reduce wastage in our daily life. I'll start by talking about reducing paper usage. Paper production can lead to deforestation, and according to studies, nearly 4 billion trees are cut down each year for papers. If we switch to digital alternatives like e-books and emails instead of printing unnecessarily, we can significantly reduce paper wastage. What do you all think?
Yeah, I agree that reducing paper usage is important, but I strongly believe that plastic usage is a bigger problem. Plastic takes hundreds of years to decompose and it is polluting our ocean. Statistically, show that about 8 million tons of plastic enter the ocean every year. Instead of using single-use plastic, we should switch to reusable bags, bottles, and containers. That would make a much bigger impact, don't you think?
You both make good points, but I think reducing electricity usage is more crucial. The amount of energy we waste daily is shocking. For example, leaving lights on or using inefficient appliances leads to excessive power consumption, which increase carbon emissions. If we switch to LED bulbs, turn off devices when not in use, and rely more on renewable energy, we can make a significant difference in fighting climate change.
Those all those are all valid points, but I believe reducing petroleum usage is the most effective way to minimize wastage. Fossil fuels are depleting rapidly, and transportation alone contribute nearly 30% of global emission. By using public transport, carpooling, or even cycling instead of driving everywhere, we can reduce petroleum wastage and help the environment at the same time.
I see your point, but not everyone has access to public transport or ability to bike everywhere. On the other hand, reducing plastic Resisting paper waste is something anyone can do immediately with simple change, like using both sides of paper and avoiding unnecessary printing.
But paper is biodegradable, but plastic isn't. Even if people reduce paper usage, we still have massive problem with plastic waste polluting the environment. A single plastic bag would take around 500 years to break down. That's why I think tackling plastic waste should be the top priority.
While plastic is an issue, reducing electricity can create a bigger impact. The energy sector contributes nearly 40% of global greenhouse gas emissions. If we waste less electricity, we reduce the demand for fossil fuels. That's why I think it's the most effective way to cut down wastage and pollution.
That's true. But even if we reduce electricity usage, we still rely heavily on petroleum for transport and industries. Countries are moving toward electric vehicles, but until that transaction is complete, reducing petroleum wastage should be priority.
Okay, I see that all our points are valid. Maybe instead of choosing just one, we should focus on combination of these solutions.
Yes, each of these play an important role. If we reduce plastic, paper, electricity, and petroleum use together, we can create much bigger and much greater impact on the environment.
I agree. Governments, business, and individuals should work together to implement this solution in daily life.
Exactly. Small change from each person can lead to significant global improvement. Let's encourage everyone to take steps in reducing all type of waste.
Nah.